So, one of my favorite podcasts is a true crime podcast called Morbid. This podcast is hosted by two girls named Ash and Elena, where every episode, one host will prepare all of the content for the episode, while the other host will listen for the first time as if they are listening with the audience. One thing that I really appreciate about this dynamic is not only is the listener getting the new information and entertainment that the first host is providing, but they're also getting commentary and feedback from the other host. So it kind of makes you feel like you're having a casual conversation and someone's really just in your ear telling you a story. So what this podcast covers is like a standard true crime podcast where every episode they deal with a new case, usually dated around the 90s, but they do have a couple of cases that are more recent, like in 2010 or 2013, all the way back to like the 1940s. Each of the podcast episodes are prepared by, again, one host, where they will go through so many documents to get the most accurate retelling of what happened. So they will watch videos and listen to transcripts of court hearings, and they will also look through public police documents, or they'll read books over the cases, and it makes their information really accurate but also really entertaining because of how in-depth it is. One thing that I really do appreciate about this podcast, though, is that at the end of every episode, or usually at the end of most episodes, they leave usually hotlines or charities or foundations that you can donate to that correlate to the content of that episode. So, for example, if the episode contains things like domestic violence or domestic abuse, they will usually leave behind resources for people who are struggling with the same thing. Anyways, I think that everybody should give this podcast a shot because it's really informational, but again, also really entertaining.